Okay, what I first have here is this is a 100-watt LED chip. Basically, they're now about $30, $35 out of China. I have this probably costs about $6, $7 out of China. Heatsink with fan. This is a Bowen's adapter for so I can use their reflectors or any soft boxes and stuff. This also out of China. It's I think about $17 or something like that. Also have a power supply I'll be showing you later. This is a piece of PVC tubing that most everything's going to be mounted into. Okay, so what I've done is slotted these to match these nubs. You'll also notice that I've put a couple notches in here because on the back side of this there's some screws and I want it to sit flush. It'll now sit down in there nice and evenly. That eventually is going to be silicone glued in because silicone works relatively well. And on the back of this, you see I've rounded these off. Okay, so what I did is I put this on top and then I spotted the 4 holes through it, drilled them for a 3mm and tapped them. Now you want to put a good thermal compound on there because that's going to, make your heatsink work. It's a very important stage to do. Okay. Now you just want to bring them down snug. Don't tighten them until you got all 4 in, because last thing you want to do is cause it to shift and tilt at an angle so you're not getting effective use of the heatsink. I put some glue in the back here that's holding the fan in, and we have glue around the outside. I've put on the spigot here so that that's for attaching the light stand. And I just soldered on one lead. The red goes on to the positive. There's a little plus sign at the top here, and there's a negative sign on here for the negative. And I've just, these wires, this is basically a wire you find on model aircraft. It's a silicone wire. It's quite flexible. It's also quite heat resistant. It'll handle the current that is required. And for the fan, I found the positive and negative wires for it. And I have this little device here. Let's see if I can focus on it. Okay, this is just a little DC to DC converter. So I'm going to use this to regulate the voltage to the fan. The reason why I use this is that way if I want to vary the voltage to the chip, the fan stays at what I set it. Okay, and it just makes life a lot easier. And these things are only like $3 or something like that on eBay. They're really, really cheap. And by the way, just so you know, that this is right now being lit by one of these lights bounced off the ceiling. So This is a power supply. This one's waterproof. Whip-de-doo. And it gives you exactly what the ins and outs. This one is a variable output. Now these things will trigger at a very specific voltage, so you won't be able to cut them down too much, but you will be able to dim it. So the big thing now is I'm going to wire this up. Okay, so now we're going to have hopefully light, not smoke. And there you have it, a finished light.